Welcome, beautiful yogis. We are delighted that you are here. And this practice on a Sunday that we do together is called Restorative Yoga. And it is a series of relaxation postures. And we do use props. So I hope you have something that looks like this. We call it a bolster, but you could find a pillow off your bed or your couch. And we also have a couple of blocks. These are props that we'll be using, and I'm sitting on a folded blanket. And this is a prop-based practice. So improvise from your house if you don't have the exact yoga props, and it's fine. It's fine. So we're going to start today lying on our backs on the mat, and this bolster will be to support your knees. This pillow that I'm sitting on at the moment will be used to support your head. So some like a little head pillow, and some go, don't really need a pillow. See what's right for your body. And so if I were in a room with you, I'd be coming round and tucking you in with the props just right. But you'll be doing that for yourself now, and I know you'll be able to do it because you won't want to be uncomfortable. So we lie back, the pillow just into the nape of the neck, the bolster, whatever support that you have under your thighs or your knees, and then your legs can stretch out. And the blocks could be nice for your feet to rest on, or you might go, no, don't need those. But when we're lying completely on the back like this, we are supported. If you have an injury, you could put, if you have a shoulder injury, you just put another little pillow or blanket or towel to support any part of your body that doesn't feel happy in this moment. And once you've found your optimal place on your back, please close your eyes. So even when you close your eyes, you know the space you're in. Take a moment with your eyes closed to reassure yourself of the space that you're in, the walls around you, nearby furnishings, nearby persons. Know that to close your eyes and to go inward is safe. As more than anything in this practice, we are finding where we can feel safe, supported, and comfy. We move to breath. Through your nose, inhale deeply. Oh, it's a lovely big full breath. Hold it for a moment. It's the dandelion exhale. Pursed lips and lightly blow your breath away. And we do it again. Nose in. Until we feel full of breath, we hold that for a moment. And we'll blow the breath away. So keep blowing away until all the breath is out, and you can register that you have no breath at this moment, and let it in again through your nose. Completely focused on the feeling of the breath, the little holding moment, and then the light blowing it away. As if you were distributing those little fluffy seeds that we will soon be seeing if we can allow the dandelions to grow. Nice, and we go again. Invite you to keep focusing and shaping your breath in this particular way. To know that breathing is a very big part of this restorative yoga. We don't move that much, but we do breathe consciously throughout, because the breath is the gateway into our nervous system, and the way we breathe, it changes our state of being. With the intention to relax, all our breath practices will support that. Please stay in this relaxed shape for just a few more breaths. And then as you find yourself exhaling again, take your awareness all the way down to your feet and stay at your feet with your attention. You might wiggle your toes if your feet are not apparent. So just move your toes a little bit, circle the feet just a little bit, just to bring them into focus, as it were, with this inward attention. These feet that walk the earth. These feet that have brought us to this moment. A little moment of appreciation for your feet. You can even mentally say, "Thank you, feet." We are deepening our connection with our body through attention and intention to fully inhabit this body as we move it into a deeper, relaxed place. And we leave the feet now to bring awareness to your knees. And just sense and feel your knees, the inside around. And thank your knees. Particularly thank your knees if you've got a little issue with your knee, a bump or an injury. So this is a gratitude practice, accepting what is, and breathing a thank you to both knees. Now we bring our awarenesses up to the pelvis, your groin, your buttocks, your hip bones, your low belly. Sense and feel this part of your marvelous body. And offer appreciation to this area of your marvelous body. Appreciation and gratitude. This may be a shift from how you normally view your body, but it is an invitation to make that shift. Culturally, we've been trained to be quite critical. We're undoing that. Love your belly as you breathe. And now please bring your awareness up to your heart, your physical heart, and take a moment to sense its voice, the drum of the heart. It could be loud and it could be so soft and it could be completely imperceptible. You might even put your hand there, see if you can feel your heart. And whether you do hear it or whether you don't makes no difference. What matters is your attention that you are bringing here. And how, as we tend the feeling of the heart, immediately palpable here is the feeling of the breath. And you feel that it's all happening together in this body. And a little moment of gratitude to your heart that's still beating, whether you feel it or not. We began in utero as a little teensy beating heart. Nice. Now please bring your awareness into your throat. Sensing your throat. The breath, too, is palpable here at your throat. Where we make sounds, where we speak. Sometimes boldly and with confidence, and other times not so. Please offer gratitude to your throat and your capacity to make sound and words, to speak, and sing. And now please bring your awarenessing to your face. The part that only others can see unless we are in the mirror. Sensing for a moment your skin, the feeling of the skin of your face. The feeling of your eyelids softly, gently closed, not squeezing, not tightening. The feeling of the skin on your forehead. And then letting your awarenessing roam to your mouth and your jaw. And even sensing now your both ears. This marvelous body. Senses here, our capacity to hear, to feel, to see at this time inwardly. And as we now bring awarenessing to the nose, feeling what's here, the feeling of your breath. Perhaps there is a fragrance, or not. And now we bring awarenessing to the mouth, the tongue, our sense of taste. Perhaps there is a residue taste in your mouth. And now gratitude. Gratitude for your unique face. There isn't another one like it. Your unique face. And how it allows you to face your life with the gifts of sound and sight and taste and smell. And we move our awarenessing now over the skull to the back of the head at rest, back of the neck. And this is where our brain resides. The brain produces thoughts. Another marvelous part of this marvelous body. Grateful to your brain. Thank your brain. Nice. And now back to the breath. Please let your next inhale be a really deep and full one. Breathing in, breathing in, breathing in. Hold your breath. pausing. We're going to pause, full of breath, hovering, full of breath. Before you breathe out, sense your limbs, your arms, your legs, your body, your head. Now the exhale fills the entirety of your body, both down and out and up. So this exhale now, bringing into awareness your whole body and the space around. Normal breathing. Nice, everybody. And so now, the invitation to bring your knees into your chest. So bring a knee into each hand as you are able. And as you exhale, draw your thighs, your knees closer to your body. Feel your tailbone curl up a little bit. And then as the inhale wants to happen, push your knees a little bit away. Now we're making place for breath in the low belly. Ready to exhale, pull your legs back in again. Little stretch into the low back, squeezing the breath out as it were. And one more time, push your knees a little bit away towards straightening your arms. You're full of inhale now. And then the exhale, draw your legs closer, helping your breath go out. Nice, good. Let go your knees. We're going to bring now the bolster alongside your left side. So if you're not sure, have a look at your screen. The bolster is now next to your left hip. It could be touching it or a little bit away, that's all right. Or a pillow, whatever you have. Please slide now your left leg straight out on your mat and push a little bit through your left heel. The right knee comes into the chest. We'll hold it with both hands and squeeze your leg close to your ribs with the exhale. As we inhale, we'll move the knee away as we did. And the exhale will draw the leg closer in. And one more, please. Your right knee draws in. Good. All right, keep your knee there, not too tight. Relax your right foot, and can you circle it a little bit? Just circling your right foot around the ankle. And then reverse the circling. Good, and then we'll just let that right foot relax. Attention to left leg, which we've been holding straight and flexed foot. Relax that left leg, just let it relax. And with your left leg relaxed, we're going to bring the right leg, knee bent, over across the body to come to lie on that bolster. So you're going to roll a little bit on your left hip, but you're rolling from your waist down. And so you'll sling your right leg over your pillow or bolster. And then we want to flatten the upper body a little bit, because maybe your right shoulder's lifted up. So adjust your upper body back to flat, and then let your arms widen out from your body so that we are lying with relaxed arms away from the body. We're on the left hip with the right leg slung over. We're going to close the eyes and just be here in the breath. Settling into the breath, there is all kinds of stretching going on, and we'll experience that individually depending on the last time you did this. And if it's been a while, this could be quite a big stretch. However it is for you, let yourself truly feel it and be okay with receiving the stretch exactly as it is. And so our brain's good at making stories, and it may come up with all kinds of stories about how well your body is doing this or not, or how you used to be able to do it until that happened, and you know those stories. I invite you to Watch them like you might watch a leaf bobbing down a stream. It comes and it goes, just thoughts. Tend your breath and the body sensations that are here. Accepting this moment exactly as it is. 3 deep, lovely breaths, effortless breaths. In this shape, there's a little stretch going on, and we're calmed and soothed by the breath and our attitude of acceptance. Lovely. Good. And so now we're going to roll onto the back again. Just bring your right foot to the mat, place it flat. As you roll onto your right butt, bring your left foot next to your right foot, so we're on the back with the knees bent. And we might have shifted a little off center, so just adjust your low back to its center place. And then reach for your pillow or your bolster and just take it over to the other side, same way. It's going to be on the right side, an inch or 2 away from your right hip. And slide your right leg straight out on the mat and put a little vigor into that leg by pushing through your right heel and drawing your right toes back. Left leg comes close into the body, held now with both hands, so the knee is bent. And we move again with breath. As you find yourself exhaling, draw your left thigh closer to your body. Close as you can. We're squeezing into the viscera. Inhale, move the knee away. Make space for breath. Exhale, draw in. One more time. All the while, that right leg is holding vigor. Lovely. Good. Right leg stays. The left foot is so relaxed it can just circle around the left ankle. Try that a few times this way and then reverse to that way. Nice. As you exhale again, let the left foot relax and let your right leg soften and relax. It's going to flop a bit. It's so floppy that we can roll onto the right hip. Bring your left leg across, sling it over your bolster. You can move the bolster away, or you can shift your butt a little bit away so that you can find the resting place. Your arms out wide and your upper body flattened, just that, much as you are able. Both legs relaxed. Arms are wide, but also relaxed. And now we rest in the long, slow breaths, all through the nose. We are restoring our nervous system. We are restoring our capacity to be in the here and the now in this very breath. Lovely, everyone. We're rolling onto the back again. Left foot flat, right foot next to it. Both knees are bent as we adjust the low back to the middle. Good. The invitation now is to place the bolster underneath your feet. So bring your bolster and place it right under your feet where they were on the mat. So now your feet are a little lifted. And the feet are, as it were, standing on the bolster. We're going to open into the hips a little bit. Bring your right ankle to lie across your left thigh. So we're forming the letter 4. And just keep your left foot on the bolster. Move your right knee a little further away from your body if you're able. You could always use your right hand and encourage that a little bit away. And let your arms rest and let everything be. This may feel big. For many of us, it's going to feel very subtle. Be with the subtlety of the sensation. And be with the feeling of your breath. How the breath comes and goes. How we can slow it down and deepen it in our own way. And we'll be here for 2 more breaths. Nice, everybody. Your right foot comes to the bolster. Taking second side, now it's going to be your left ankle that lies across your right thigh. Your knees out to the left. And rest here. Easy place to be. Soft, low belly breaths. And so the inhale is this feeling of expanding. The exhale, a feeling of softening, deflating, as it were. Be present with that in your body. And as you complete this exhale, bring your left foot also to the bolster. Settle a moment, just feel this landing of your foot on the bolster. We're going to set up now for the next pose, which is going to be elevated or supported bridge pose. So the first thing we'll do is remove the blankie from underneath your head. So just slide it up above your mat. So your head is on your yoga mat, on the ground. And then with your feet going over your bolster, pull the bolster closer to your buttocks. And now we're going to raise the buttocks and pull that bolster underneath. Bring it up. If your bolster feels too high, use a blankie or a smaller pillow and snuggle your sacrum. Now that's the area from your waist down onto the bolster. And now we've got this elevated pelvis. Feel that? Any pain in your back, you'll use a lower bolster, lower prop. You can stay with your knees bent, or you could let your legs slide straight out. Maybe the blocks are there to rest your feet on. And if they've shifted, feel free to get your blocks in place. So we always have options in the poses. And the choice always is where we're comfy and what is efficient, best result for least effort. So with the hips elevated, your upper back is completely at rest on the mat, as is your head. Your arms a little bit away from the body, also allowing openness in shoulders, chest, belly. And if your legs are straight, there's a big stretch going on. Attention to your body sensations. Can you let them be? If you can't, please adjust them. And once you've found the place where you can simply be, go back to your breath. For this shape, I'm going to introduce a different breath pattern. We call it the square breath. Square breath is a very powerful breath to stabilize our system, to ground our being, to interrupt a mind that has too many thoughts running through it. It's a good one to do when you wake up in the night and your mind gets so busy. This is how it goes. Inhale, hold your breath. Exhale, hold on empty. And begin again. So this inhale could be 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold your breath on empty. 2, 3, 4. And begin again in your own count. Each part of the breath is the same length, so don't be in a hurry to make your square huge. We're in the holding phase, the exhaling, and this is the tell, resting on no breath. So if you can rest here for 4 counts, it's awesome. And begin again. Those of you very experienced and practiced, you can make your square bigger. But no, understand this. Challenging your body in a relaxing practice is not helpful. So stay with ease. We're going to stay with the square breath pattern a little longer. Guiding yourself. I invite you to do 2 more cycles of the square breath. as you complete, let go the counting, let go the shape, let go any efforting, let go directing your breath, and let your breath be exactly as it wants to be. And be the observer, the very neutral witness of that. So many sensations to feel on a subtle level. Lovely, everyone. So now we're going to come out of this shape. If your legs are straight, just bend your knees. Push the bolster down towards your feet so that you can lower your low back onto the mat. And then bring your one knee and your other knee close to your body and place a hand on each knee. And then circle your knees together in a clockwise direction. Feel how this rolls your sacrum where the bolster was. Do 2 or 3 circlings in this direction. And then reverse, still rolling the area that we were elevating, now grounding. Nice, everyone. Good. So now we're going to reorient completely, roll over to your side, and slowly come to hands and knees so that we can rearrange the props. And let's do this. The bolster is going to come to the top end of your mat, and it's going to orient along the length of your mat. That pillow can be at the top of your bolster, because that's going to be a pillow again. And we're going to sit on one butt cheek, mermaid style. And let's start on the right butt cheek. Bring it right next to the bolster, and your legs can be zigzaggy, or you could straighten your bottom leg. And we're going to sit to each side with a hand, and then turn your trunk along the length of the bolster and lie down in this revolved upper body and stable hips. Some of us might sleep this way, but there is a lovely spinal twist happening as we rest on this left side, tucked or extended legs, and downward facing upper body. Can you feel how your arms and shoulders drop forward, creating now space along your back? And the back is where I'd love you to bring your attention to breathe. Breathe into your back. And that would be the inhale. Fill the back with your inhale. So many air passages there we don't think about. And so now we're tending them very consciously, giving the back and this part of our lungs a renewal of the inhale. Can you feel it? Truth is, this is happening all the time. Not as efficiently because we're not tending it and we breathe shallow when we're on autopilot. But when we're doing it intentionally, deliberately, it changes so many of the marvelous body's processes, the breath, the nervous system. Bringing the energy of the breath more deeply into the body. Of course, we know that the heart, The lungs bring it to the heart, and the heart moves it around the body. And while that's happening, the liver is clearing and cleansing, and the kidneys are filtering. And the most amazing part of this relaxation practice is in our hormonal system. We are signaling the body that it is safe, that we don't need any adrenaline right now, and we don't need any cortisol. We need those when we need to act quickly. Right now, just let us have some of those lovely feel-good sensations. Resting in that. It is driven by your intention and your attention to rest and to be here. This breath, my best friend, shows me where I'm at by how it's being breathed. Breath is also my best friend because I can change how I'm feeling by using the breath differently. Back-oriented inhales and long, complete exhales. That's the invitation for this posture. We have only 2 more cycles of breath on this side. And now I invite you to make your way up. So do it mindfully. Don't lose touch with your breath. As you bring your hands a little closer in so you can push your trunk up. And we're going to transfer to the other butt cheek. So you can use your knees or you can use your bum to settle onto your right butt cheek, close to the bolster, and same setup. Simply lift your trunk, turn towards it so that you are spiraling your spine and lying full frontal down on this bolster, and you'll lie on your right ear, the right hip, right ear. Snuggle your arms away, let them rest. Get comfy with your legs, however you'd like to. And we come back to the same practice. Breathing into the back, you might feel different places of being squeezed a bit, stretched a bit. And as we practice on this side, the invitation is to Lengthen the exhalation. Make your exhalation longer than that penetrating inhale that fills your back. Our heart is responding. The inhale speeds up the heart a little bit, and the exhale slows it down. This is a healthy heart, how it functions. The inhale gives us energy. The exhale clears away what we're done with. And this operates on a very physiological level. But we are more than our physiology. We have thoughts, feelings, emotions. And sometimes it's nice to have a little mantra with the breath. Inhaling, I receive renewal. Exhaling, I let go what I no longer need. Receiving the new, letting go the old. This marvelous body is always doing this for us. But our thoughts get stuck and set in thought forms, and we cling. Negativity can build up. And we've read too much of the news. We've gotten too involved in stuff out there, and then we get upset and we can't sleep, and you know the spiral. We're undoing that here. It is safe to exhale completely and even rest in a moment without breath. Lovely, everybody. So we've got just 2 or 3 more breaths in this revolved child's pose. And then as you make your way out, as we did, feel your hands touch the mat. Make your arms strong to push up and away. And I'm going to show you the setup for our next position, which is going to be a seated forward bend. So we're going to build with our props a place to rest forward. So that blanket was a pillow can now become a seat. It always helps to lift the hips a little bit to open them. And then we're going to make a little table. If you don't have these props, use a nearby chair. That will work just fine. Or a little coffee table. And here I have the bolster set up of this. Now what should we do with the legs? They could go straight. For some, this is like, no way. You'll cross your legs. But find a way to have your legs in position, either stretched out and wide or crossed, and then be just the right distance from your support that you can have your back straight, and come to rest your arms, your brow. So a straight back will allow your back to be long, and it also allows prana to flow, so try not to round too much. And really recommend a place to rest your forehead. On your hands, on a pillow. Of course, you want to leave your nose clear so you can breathe. This too is a forward-facing position. So it's a lovely sequencing of the rotating positions that we did a moment ago in the revolved child's pose. Now the spine is straight. All those organs that were squeezing are now getting more space. And what's also happening is that your breath creates a little internal push into those organs, toning, massaging, bringing to life. Bringing to life the body. And with this breath focused, we are calming down the mind. These two things happen at the same time. I'm going to leave you in quietude with your breath for a bit. Longer exhales is a good way to go. So beautiful, yogis. We're about halfway through this position. So if your legs are crossed, you might consider recrossing them the other way. If you have straddle legs, you might want to bring them in. And then renew your forward bend so that you can let go even more deeply. Lovely, everyone. Slowly, slowly make your way back up. You can leave this setup as our next pose is elevated legs. So we're going to be on our backs with our legs higher than the heart. And your legs could go over this little tabletop, or if you have a wall nearby, you could lie with your butt against the wall and your legs up the wall. So see what's in your environment that you would like to do. Now your seat again becomes your pillow, optional pillow. And we lie on the back. And this feels so good after that forward bend. We're just going to lie on the back with elevated legs. So there's nobody who doesn't like this one. Elevated legs are so supportive to the back resting, the shoulders resting, the feeling of our connection to the ground below us. That is stable and supportive. So we can release the muscles of the body. And let go and surrender to gravity. And so as you rest and breathe, I'll share with you a little bit of reflection about what we're doing, which is slowing down. How brave you are for slowing down, for not finishing that to-do list. How courageous you are for not crossing that finish line because your body said enough. How fearless you are for choosing the quiet of your soul over those voices driving you always towards more. How bold, how rebellious you out there, honoring your own natural rhythm, going against the culture's breakneck speed. We tend to make heroes of those hungry with ambition, relentlessly doing, producing always more. We applaud those who refuse to stop or rest, who push themselves so hard in the name of achievement that they sacrifice their body and soul and heart in the process. We celebrate those who are ill or aging, but never show it, never slow down, never reveal a moment of vulnerability. This drivenness can be heroic at times, and it can be necessary for our survival or the greater good. But I want to make heroes of those who slow down. I want to make heroes of those who listen to their bodies, who do not strive for more than what the soul truly needs. I want to make heroes of those who do not force or push, but surrender to each moment as it opens. I want to applaud those who may not be driven towards success as we know it, but instead are nurturing something deep and subtle and needed. I want to celebrate those brave enough to cease all doing, even for a second, and sit with the ache in their hearts. A task many find harder than summiting the highest peak. I want to make heroes of those who honor their limitations, who are unable to keep up with the busyness of our times, yet show up to each profound, necessary moment. It is truly an act of courage and rebellion to do any such thing in a world demanding you resist your own self, your own rhythms, your own soul. And the paradox is that often when we cease our incessant doing, even for a minute, and listen to that quiet voice within, we discover what it is we absolutely must do and what instead can fall away. We finally hear the call towards what serves our soul, and what then will serve the world. Nothing more, nothing less. A hero is simply someone brave. So come, be softly brave. Be a new, quieter kind of hero. Few may applaud, it's true, but your soul certainly will. So those lovely words are by Layla Aylin. So beautiful yogis, it is time again to move our bodies. And so from the elevated legs, invite you to hug your knees in, roll over to your side so that we can set up our next position, which is going to be an upward facing position again, but we'll rearrange the props. So dismantle your tabletop. If you've got the blocks, you're going to make a little step with your blocks, one in the middle setting and one on the flat setting, and that will be the support for the bolster, which now moves from being a table to a recliner. And it'd be nice if you have 2 blankies. So we're going to place the blankies one on each side, and I'll just get my other blankie. So the setup is this recliner with a blankie, not for arms and legs actually. So we sit down with our back to the short end of the bolster, lie on it, right down the middle, arms falling away on each side. And then we could do the same with the knees, let them fall away to each side with the soles of the feet touching. For some of us, this is not a happy place. Feel free to let your legs slide out straight and just let your body drape over the bolster, over this recliner, into what I like to call the open book pose. So sense how your body now, like a book, your spine down the middle, and we're falling away left and right side. It's a big pose, lots to feel. And the invitation is to bring awarenessing now to your low belly. The feeling of breathing happening here. Each breath is pressing into the viscera, into the intestines, promoting the function of digestion. Where the body chooses what to keep and what to eliminate. And our breath, our relaxed, deep breath, assist with that process. This marvelous body. It helps so much to release our tensions so that the body's wisdom can bring about the healing that your particular body needs. And all our bodies need to de-stress and relax more. Soft, low belly breaths, grateful for your digestive system. There is a messenger that connects your brain and breath to this digestive system. And the messenger is your vagus nerve. It runs from the brain, visits with so many places in the body, but right now we're focusing on its messaging to the digestive system that we are safe, we are relaxing, and we feel in harmony and oneness with our breathing. Nothing changes except where our attention is. Please move your attention upwards to your heart space, the middle of your chest, as though breathing in and out of your heart now. The heart, the lungs working so beautifully together in this marvelous body. Any sense of well-being, gratitude that is available to you now, dig for it, bring it in, should be quite available. Grateful for your heart, and grateful for anything else that you could think of in this moment. The vibration of gratitude. This breathing heart is now in coherence with the brain. Heart is sending blood up to the brain. The brain is signaling back again the vagus nerve. How there are passages of communication from the brain to the heart. Coherence, connection. And to be aware that even if you are alone in your space, we're all doing it together. And we are so connected. Our gratitude is filling the resonant field around us. Not only healing us, those around us, and the larger world where we live. And so let's consciously now, with each exhale, as though from the heart, radiate peace, love, well-being out into the world. It's a beautiful gift that you are giving now. We're doing it together. So we complete now by bringing the hands around the knees and help them up together. Help your knees back up. Shift slightly away from the end of the bolster. Give your sacrum a bit more space. Even walk your feet apart and lean your knees in. That will really give your sacrum space. And then we're going to roll off this setup, either which way you want to go. Roll on over to your side and curl up off the bolster into a little ball. If you're on your side, you could lie on a blankie or the crook of your arm. Draw your knees all the way in. This last inward moment in our practice. Notice how you feel. And we're going to come up and complete the practice in a seated pose. It is so wonderful to do this practice with you. And I do want to say that I am very grateful that some of you, many of you, leave your camera open. And so that would be a great act of generosity that we could see you and bow to you. So I hope you can do that. So grateful for you, beautiful yogis. Namaste.